And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Oh, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another live VIP stream. It has been a couple of days, a week or so since our last Final Fantasy stream, but we are here. We are back to experience the story that is Final Fantasy. And of course, I'm joined by the one, the only, the Koopa. Hello, Koopa. Beautiful. But aren't you excited, Koopa, to experience the story of Final Fantasy?
Why did you? See, I was on a bit of a nostalgia trip lately. Because as you know, I've been listening to a lot of answers. I was like thinking of the old dungeons, about the binding cores and stuff. I'm like, yeah, like that was a really good story.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Where did it all go wrong? But what I will say, of course, is that before we dive... Well, first things first, if you missed out on the previous stream, I do recommend the VOD. We had a lot to say. We did wrap up 4.4, the 4.4 patch last stream, and...
We even watched the trailer for the next patch.
We did. We watched the trailer as well, and...
It was a mistake, but we did.
4.4 was... Yeah, it was very unfortunate. I say unfortunate, yeah. It has a lot of implications. It negatively impacts some of the previous good points of the story as well. It was a decision that was made, in our opinion, the wrong decision, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't bode well moving forward, for sure.
For those who missed it and don't feel like watching the VOD right now, they revealed that the Ascians basically founded and ruled the entire Gallian Empire. Yes.
They revealed that apparently the entire time the Ascians have been ruling the Gallian Empire, and as you said, they're not just ruling them. It's not like they took them over or something. That they founded them, like from the beginning. It's
from the beginning it was always Ascians.
Yeah. It's which is unfortunate. Just because, again, it takes away some of the more interesting aspects about the Gallian Empire. It takes away a lot of agency from the characters. It takes away from some of the previously set up characters as well. In general, it's just a very poor decision. It's a very, I think we said at the time, in my opinion at least, it's very lazy. Like it's just a very easy way to just like bucket all like the antagonists in one, sort of thing, and just like be like, oh no, yeah, they're like all the bad guys now. It's like, yeah.
I feel like we kind of, because we talked about it over in Discord, and like people are saying, oh yeah, because like Ascians are involved in later stories, so like they had to be there, and that's what it feels like, that they had to be there. So like actually, this is what was happening this whole time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Instead of like properly incorporating them into the story.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. I think we said at the time that it feels like, at least in my opinion, it feels like this is where they want to take the story, and this was a decision made later, and so they had to very quickly kind of like ham-fist it in here just so it makes sense later. I wouldn't be surprised even if they knew that this was the plan coming to Shadowbringers, but it's it's one of two things. Either they didn't know, and then they just made the decision then and there, and they had to like very quickly squeeze it in, or they did know, but maybe they thought that the transition and the revelation would happen in Shadowbringers, right? Like maybe they thought it was going to happen in the next expansions. They didn't have to worry about it, and then because whenever they work on expansions, they're two separate teams. Then like the Shadowbringers team comes in, and it's like, hey, Shadowbringers is right around the corner. We actually didn't connect it. We did like we didn't actually like do the revelation ourselves. Could you quickly do it and set it up in like patch like at 4.4, 4.5, because like it's not gonna happen in Shadowbringers, and they're like, fuck. And then,
so like it just feels just squeezed in as like here they are.
Yeah, so it's either they didn't know, or they were told to add it to these pre-patch expansions, pre-patch patches instead of the expansion, because they weren't going to do it in the expansion for whatever reason. which
I would
is
say,
maybe the
again,
more likely thing.
Credit where credit is due. The character itself is intriguing to me. Like the portrayal of the character. Like the context, as we discussed, is bothering. But like
Yeah.
I think the character is interesting, especially the grandfather.
I mean, it's very like Final Fantasy 15, like Arden coded, right? It's like very, like it's very like that.
I wouldn't go as far as Arden.
Obviously
Arden
no,
is
but like
more.
it's Arden is more, but like that's like the
because
vibe that they're going for. Like
It's very nonchalant.
Yeah.
But Arden is more than that because Arden is just fucking insane.
Yeah.
Arden is a completely different being. By the way, I really like that character as well.
Yeah.
As some people may know, I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy 15.
Mhm.
But I see where you're getting at, but I don't think that's that because this guy seems straight up like evil.
Yeah.
Where Arden wasn't. Like the whole point of Arden was that Arden was like neutral in a way.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying he was a much more complex character, and then this one isn't? Yeah.
Yes, I am saying that because I hate when villains are flat.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what the story goes.
Again, Arden is complicated because I wouldn't call him a villain. That's the whole problem.
Yeah.
Like he's not an evil person. Like he has reasons for what he's doing.
Yeah. But before we delve into the story, I don't know if you noticed, there's something here to do.
What is that?
There's something to do. Hold on.
The jumping puzzle?
Switch to your crafter. We've already done the jumping puzzle. What are you talking about?
I haven't.
We've already done it. Switch to a crafter.
I haven't. Also, hello, Asher.
Este Asher. Ay. It's
Haven't
been
seen you in ages.
It's been years, Bappy. It's been years. Come, Goppa. There's a blue quest here.
Okay.
Kojin Hireling.
Okay.
Kojin Hireling is eyeing you with unconcealed interest. Begging your pardon, sir, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I approach you on the off chance that you are acquainted with one of your distinguished fellows, a great hero by the name of Light Duck. I am the Duck. What? You're none other than the legendary Light Duck, liberator of nations and scourge of the Empire? How kind the kami are to guide your steps this way. I've been tasked with finding you, you see, by the lady-in-waiting of Suinosato. My blue brethren and I are assisting the good folk there in a certain endeavor, but they have been experiencing some difficulties. In seeking to address such difficulties, the lady-in-waiting wishes to entreat your aid. If you should be willing, I ask that you come to Tamamizu, where the lady awaits. Okay.
You mean tiramisu, right? Right? Tiramisu. See, there was a time when Light would intentionally mispronounce things, and that was the joke. But now he just reads them correctly.
We're going to tiramisu. Yes. I didn't know where the hell we're going.
Tamamisu, you keep calling Tamamisu tiramisu.
Yeah. Gonna go have some dessert.
Well, next you're gonna start calling Estinian instead of Einstein.
Okay, let's go.
Good luck, Soko. Have fun working on the cabin.
Good luck. Good luck. Sweet to Sanana.
Where did the Lala come from?
Ah.
There are Lalas here?
Yeah, that's you.
Okay. What can a Lala sound like? Merika, I take it? Aye, you do have that heroic air about you.
Couldn't I? Now, which sister is this? Which is this the princess or the fake princess?
That lady in waiting, so I assume it's not the princess?
Okay.
But they could have just said so. I don't know.
I don't remember which one's which.
I also don't remember. I remember they were different, so you could tell, but I just don't remember what they looked like. Mirika, you came! Deep in my heart, I knew that you would, but I am no less glad for it. To spare you the confusion, it is I, Kurenai, a As you will doubtless appreciate, it would not do for the Ruby Princess to be seen outside the palace. Hence my current guise.
There you go. It's a princess. Bringing
I
secret
like how
to
she
enemies.
said her name. I like how she said her name, and that didn't help me at all.
Yes.
Okay, what brings you here? There is something that I wish to achieve, for which the Kojin's home is an ideal venue. As you well know, our people have long lived in isolation. I would change that. I would have us emerge into the outside world. Remember how we just had a quest when they said that Suino Sato doesn't want to be involved in any business
Yep.
with Doma?
Yep.
We just had that quest.
Yeah, that did happen.
Like they acknowledged the problem and they said they want nothing to do with it.
Mhm.
How did I conceive of this, you may wonder? It was none other than our journey together, Milika, that sowed the seeds in my heart. Such things as I beheld and experienced, even as they filled me with awe, that made me keenly aware of our own wants. In the past, Suino Sato engaged in limited trade with Doma, but the delicate tie was severed with the Empire's violent arrival. Nowadays, a handful of necessities from Tamamizu is our sole link to the world beyond. But with the Imperial manas driven from the Ruby Sea, I thought, what better time to venture out of our little bubble once more? However, this far easier said than done. Princess or no, you can't just go and change things as you please. There are hard-headed types who'll fight tooth and nail to keep things as they are, and you've got to win them over, with a little help from this adventure here. That's about the short of it, I have to say, it's nice to see an Eorzan face here at the bottom of the brine. Well met, adventurer. I'm Sanana, of the House of Splendors. Another one. Permit me to introduce Sanana. She came to be with us after her ship foundered in a storm. Our people chanced to find her clinging to flotsam and brought her to Suino Sato. I'd be fish fodder if they didn't appear when they did. And so, to repay the debt, I'm helping Kurenai with her goal of opening Suino Sato to the world. Sanana's insights have been most enlightening. In seeking to usher change, she recommends that we distribute among the citizens such articles from the surface as they will find useful in their daily lives. I had thought to make my case only with words, but indeed, a practical item in the hand shall prove far more convincing than any argument I could concoct. If our people are made to know the benefits of trade firsthand, they shall be more willing to embrace change. With no rituals of import requiring the Ruby Princess' presence in the near future, I came to Tamamizu some while ago to commence our efforts. Alas, I regret to say we've yet to make any progress. Owing to the shipwreck, I've got no suitable wares on hand, and while the Kojin have been helpful, we're struggling to procure the kind of items needed in Suino Sato. That was when my thoughts turned to you, my friend. As a well-traveled adventurer, I believed that we would benefit from your aid. And to my surprise and delight, not only was Sanana familiar with your name, she told me that you are possessed of skills that would indeed serve our cause. Aye, anyone that's got anything to do with House knows Mielika. She's one of the best contributors on our roster. Now, while we don't have ready wares, we did manage to salvage some materials to help you along. Naturally, we don't expect you to work for nothing. In the house fashion, there'll be scripts in it for your troubles, so you will help, right? I like the pause. Completely no response. But, okay, here's the thing. No, we will discuss that after the dialogue. Okay. Look, I realize the house has a reputation, but we're not all ruthless, coin-hungry swords. Not all the time, anyway. At the end of the day, we're just people, and like most people, we can be driven by altruism. And make no mistake, Suino Sato needs help. Might be as the place prides itself on self-sufficiency, but the reality is grimmer than it seems. Every day, folk there are pushed to the limits of survival, and some of them don't make it. It's not our intent to turn Suino Sato on its head, transform it into some bustling hub like Kugane, but through trade, lives can be improved, lives can be saved. We have our eternal gratitude. With the two of you standing with us, there is hope yet for our people. Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work. Haste is of the essence, isn't it right? Indeed. This season sees many of us struck down by a certain illness. We have not an effective treatment, and each year it inevitably claims lives. Well, I'm no healer. Judging by the symptoms, lack of nutrition is the problem. In which case, I might know something that can prevent it. A fortifying tonic traditionally brewed in Girabania. Milika, we would be grateful if you could begin by supplying us with a Girabanian remedy. The people are depending on you.
Unlocked custom deliveries, couldn't I?
Yay!
I mean, just in time for the weekly reset. Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, script.
But okay, here's the thing. Before we, can I just say, I do not understand why the writers of the quests are trying to throw shade on Rowena all the time.
Yeah. We spoke about this before, that it's really weird that at times, like, they are more willing to throw shade at Rowena and less so at the, I don't know, trading company. Like, it's like,
yes,
it's really...
exactly. Like, Rowena is the evil, apparently.
Yeah, it's really weird that they keep trying... Like, I don't think they've sufficiently done anything to really make us believe that. Like, obviously, like, there are certain people that are, like, indebted to her and things of that nature, but like,
yeah, but
when it comes to, like,
is indebted to her because he likes to drink. I mean, that's his problem.
Yeah. So it's really weird, that they just keep pushing that narrative, even though there's a bit of a disconnect between how we perceive that compared to, like, other parties that are worse that we work with and we're more happy to work with, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and like, from our perspective, like, Rowena is just running a business. I don't think we have seen Rowena do anything that's, like, actively negative, to put it that way. Like she's just running the business, and if people get in debt, they get in debt. Like, she's just very good at, like, extorting that debt, but, like, it's, you know, like, people do that to themselves.
Yeah, compared to the Unknown Trading Company, where, you know, they had a hand in trying to have us killed. They had a hand in trying to get those Sultana killed. Like there's all this other, like, stuff surrounding that, and we're just, like, more than happy to forgive or just look past it. It doesn't make any sense.
It just bothers me every time, because this happened in the Domal Enclave and it happens here as well. We're like, oh, Rowena. Everybody's like, oh my god, not Rowena. I'm like, what's the problem? We've been working with Rowena for years now. Yeah, okay, so that's another thingy we're gonna be doing, I guess.
So very quickly here, who do we buy the supplies from? Because usually whenever there's a quest like this, we go to, there's like a supply vendor.
I don't know.
And usually they're, like, right next to them, right? Oh, I say right next to them, like, nearby. Like, the one in the firmament is, like, down the stairs.
I mean, you can try at the desk. There is a desk. I'm just gonna talk to everyone and see if one of them is a vendor.
Oh, there's stuff here that I didn't even know that was a thing. Wind up Kajin. Conch. Famous kit. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any vendor.
I think there's a vendor upstairs, right? Crazy.
This one out. No?
Here, the blue merchant.
Well, that's just a merchant.
No, purchase items. Yep, here they are.
Okay, okay, so he does have stuff. I thought it was just like a generic merchant.
No. So we need 2 of each.
Oh, you can also dress her. That's funny. How many should I buy?
I'm pretty sure, like, buy the 4 or 6.
I guess I'll do 6.
I'm doing 6 just in case. But usually it takes only like 2 or 3 items to get to the next level reputation, then you just move on. Oh, siema, papi, siema. Dzień dobry.
Hello.
Okay. Remember to hand in with the class that you want to experience with.
I mean, I'm still not maxed on the Weaver, so I guess I just continue Weaver until I'm maxed.
Okay.
I'm 93 on Weaver.
1, 2, 3. I might take 4 of these actually. Is that the Garbanian remedy? Certainly smells effective. As they say, the best medicine is often the hardest to swallow. Now then, if I might take a closer look. By the Kami, not even the sun-illuminated splendor of the ocean could compare to its brilliance. Yours is the work of the divine, my friend.
I thought it was supposed to be a fortifying potion, not one that makes you faint.
With your help, we now have enough doses of the remedy to distribute amongst those most vulnerable among us. I pray this will allow us to prevent the illness spread. Okay, so it was 3. Okay.
Okay.
For the cutscene, you can go ahead.
Okay. Glad tidings, Mielika. Thanks to the remedy you have been bringing us, even those who took ill were able to recover swiftly. For the first time in recent memory, there have been no severe cases, and certainly no deaths. Having experienced firsthand the medicine's efficacy, both our healers and citizens alike have been clamoring for more. Never have I seen my people so happy, so full of hope.
Hisui, my dear mother, she too has been feeling unwell. Might there be any more of that remedy still?
Had you come asking earlier, my reply would have been no. But for a blessing, Mika here has just furnished us with more. I shall see that it is delivered to you.
So you are Light. I've heard about you.
Aye, this is the kindly adventurer who has been working with Sanana. We owe our good health to their tireless efforts.
I shall be forthright. I still mistrust outsiders. Many of us do.
I like how I'm also an aura, just like them.
And yet, we are grateful. While we do not yet welcome you as the Ruby Princess does, we offer you our thanks all the same.
As the Ruby Princess does. I'd love to see the looks on their faces when they learn who you really are. Oh, Sanana, you must entertain such thoughts, not even in jest. All know that the Ruby Princess must live out her days within the palace. So has it always been. Should my presence here come to light, the citizens would be up in arms. We can ill afford to have them so distracted. No, I would have my people focus upon only one thing, embracing the outside world. Though they still have a long way to go, we will guide them, one sure step at a time.
Satisfaction is up. They are satisfied.
Yes.
Kurena is pleased with efforts. She now considers you a supporter of Suino Sato's emergence. Suino Sato. And yet there's still much work to be done. If the people of Suino Sato are to shed their apprehensions towards the outside world, to that end, Kurenai has a new favor to ask of you.
Our people have begun to harbor interest in the outside world. We must nurture that interest by introducing more useful foreign items into their lives. And for the next item, I ask that you bring equipment that might afford us protection against sharks. In the past, such things were unnecessary, as the people of Isari kept the creature's population at bay, though through regular and large-scale fishing expeditions. However, such expeditions were largely abandoned under Imperial rule. As a result, shark numbers have multiplied to plague-like proportions, and in their competition for limited prey, the creatures have grown uncommonly savage. In order to keep our citizens safe, I would commence regular patrols of the surrounding waters. Alas, our guards are ill-equipped for such a dangerous task. Against the shark's tough skin, their weapons are as playthings. Through the Blue Kojin we acquired blades of steel from Kugane, and while these are indeed deadly sharp, their weight renders them unwieldy, not to mention they quickly go to rust.
We would require guns.
Underwater?
Underwater guns.
Torpedoes! Bring us torpedoes. What we need, Milika, is a weapon that shall neither rust nor be stopped by shark skin. With your knowledge of techniques from above, could you please furnish us with such an item?
Anti-shark harpoon. I wanted to say anti-shark
Really?
missile.
Why is it called anti-shark? It's just a harpoon. It's just what it is.
No, it's a harpoon, but there's a little label on it that says anti-shark.
It's
like a little picture of like a shark with like a cross over it. Yeah.
And that makes it stronger.
No.
Never mind.
No. Not at all. Not at all. But it is covered in shark repellent though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it do anything?
No.
That's what I thought.
No.
Is it just harpoon components?
I believe so. So once again, we'll just get 6. Couldn't I? Smiles are beginning to appear on the people's faces, and it is in no small part due to you, my friend. Okay. This will make them smile even more.
With a harpoon?
Yes. Impressively sturdy, yet suitably light. A harpoon such as this should serve us well against sharks and help to keep our waters safe. Now then, if I may take a closer look. By the Kami, not even the sun-limited splendor of the... it's the same line, okay, never mind. It's the same line. I love that. Okay, for the cutscene.
I'm truly grateful for your many contributions, Melika. At risk of repeating myself, I find myself marveling at your versatility. Is there naught that you cannot do?
Oh,
yes,
okay,
we maxed it out.
Just max.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, okay.
Yeah, I thought that this one requires more.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that off stream.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we would get one of these here or anywhere else, because up until this point it's been all the custom deliveries have been like Heavensward focused. Like obviously like a lot of them get released like in later expansions, but it's all been in Idleshire or the Firmament.
And yeah. So Ishgard.
Yeah, it's just fully like Heavensward focused. So this is the first time we're getting one of these outside of that, which is nice. It does concern me though, because I get the feeling that this client list that we're getting of custom deliveries is going to get big.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna be a list.
It's gonna be a big list. No.
To be fair, I wonder if we already unlocked most of it though, because remember that like the Firmament stuff was added in later expansions, so we may actually have already unlocked everything.
I would assume that we're probably gonna get like one per expansion on top of what we already have. So like we have here in like the Ruby Sea, like we have the Princess, and the next expansion there'll be like one in like a custom, Shadowbringer zone, another in like an Endwalker zone. So it's probably like
maybe
one more in each thingy. But with that, we're done. Done for today. Now we'll start the next expansion. I don't think there's anything else really for us to do. Yeah.
Yeah, we cleaned everything up. I know that you really don't want to do MSQ, but
we gotta get through it. It's not. From my understanding, it's very short. It's pretty short.
we have to get to the next expansion, okay?
True. So before we dive into this, so for those that are curious, this is This is going to be what we start here is the beginning of 4.5, the beginning of the final patch before the next expansion. In this patch, they released the Blue Mage. Blue Mage was released this patch.
Yes. I was shocked that Blue Mage was released only now.
Yep.
Like in general, like I didn't know just how much content that we know has been there forever, like has been released in later patches.
Yep. So Blue Mage was added. Likewise, we had the conclusion of the Alliance Raid storyline, which was the the whole like Final Fantasy Tactics thing, like that concluded this patch. They concluded the little animal quest line, the snake, the snake.
Auspices.
Yeah, the snake trial, the snake man.
But that doesn't conclude because there's one more. But the snake one was released.
Yeah, the snake one was released this patch. Eureka Hydatos was released this patch, which is what we're up to. Funnily enough, we're up to Hydatos, the final zone in Eureka. That's what we're up to. They released the Air Force One. Air Force One debuted.
That's what I was the most shocked about. Is that I thought that Gold Saucer had all those feelings from the beginning.
Yeah. So we had Air Force One, which is crazy. I told you last time for 4.4 that was the release of Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought those were there since the beginning.
Yeah, crazy. And those are all the big ones. The rest is, of course, story focused. And one dungeon is released this patch, so we'll get to that point at some point. Be one dungeon. But otherwise, let us begin said patch. Let's get it over with.
Yeah, we can do it.
I'll be a Dark Knight for this.
I decided that I'm gonna be doing MSQ as Bard regardless of level, just because that's how I started, and that's how I'm gonna continue the story.
I'll be Gunbreaker.
For other quests I can change, but MSQ is gonna be as Bard.
Okay, we'll speak to Alice. Alice is at her wit's end. Oh right, sorry. Before we begin, I also wanted to say that I still believe that for the Suinosato people, I do think it would have been a stronger story if they had helped with the final confrontation of ridding the Empire from the region. I think that would have made for a better story overall and would have made for a stronger kind of scene for them to come out and help. And you can still have this like little side quest line as well with the custom deliveries, where it's like they decide to finally like come out of their shell and like help, you know, the local region to get rid of the Empire. And then this is like them now starting to actually like branch out with like trade and branch out in like other ways. But that would have been like the moment. Like in general, like I wanted like the whole region to like come together into something greater instead of go like 4 canoes. And I will say that they gave a lot of respect to the Outer from the Azim Steppe, obviously, during all of that, when it came to them like riding in on their mounts and stuff. Like that's like I still think that like the Azim Steppe stuff is probably some of the most well done stuff in like the whole Kuganes section of the story. Like
out of Stormblood, yes, Azim Steppe is the best part.
Yeah.
Although it still has its issues because remember the whole Heian and the mole stuff.
It's not perfect. It's good though.
But it's the best part of Stormblood. Yes,
it is.
I agree.
It is. Yeah. So
best part of Stormblood MSQ.
Yeah, 100% is Azim Steppe. Could have been better, but like when it comes to the Suinosato Aura, it is disappointing that even the quest line that we're doing here is crazy. The fact that they refuse to interact with outsiders despite the fact that they're like dying from malnutrition.
Yes.
that's it's not even like it would be different if it was like some weird sickness or something, but like they literally said, their own representative literally just said like, oh, it's just malnutrition, just give them some some vitamins, they'll be fine.
She said she's no doctor, but she thinks this is like a nutrition problem.
Yeah, and it's
so
working
if
apparently.
She not being a doctor can tell that.
Yeah, like that's just so stupid. Like it just sounds silly to hear that because of their living conditions are so bad and because they have so little variety available to them, that on an annual basis a bunch of them just died of malnutrition. Like they just refuse to speak to outside. Like that's crazy. Like how are they not extinct? Like that's insane. That's insane.
See, that's a better question. How are they not extinct? But the thing is, I think I can believe it. That they're extreme. That
they're that extreme. Yeah. Sure, like I understand, but like
I would almost say they're like religious extreme.
Sure, like that. Yes, as in you can envision a world where that is true, right? Obviously, but I don't want that for them. Like I don't want them.
I don't know
exactly. That's the thing. Like that makes them seem worse than what they should be, right? That makes them seem like, you know.
I just saying that like it's extremist. Not unbelievable that like a group like that would be like that.
Sure.
It's not unbelievable that a group like that would exist.
Yes. Yes, but that's not the point though, because that's still, I would say, a negative thing. Like I would still want more for these characters. Like I still don't want them to be put in such a negative light that they're that extreme.
Especially since Yugiri is so involved in
exactly.
Yugiri is supposed to come from there.
Well, I mean, that would have been the whole story.
Remember? Remember how we had the entire story of Yugiri connecting back with her home?
Yes. Like I was just gonna get into that. The fact that like they just fumbled the ball on Yugiri's story so much in that part of the story, and it would have tied in well for her to return to her people and for her to be the spark or to help push them in a positive way, or like in a way where they can stand up for themselves and actually, you know, stand and fight and that sort of thing. Like, it would make sense, but we just abandoned that part of the story. We just abandoned it. We forgot about it because in general Yugiri was just pushed to the side, and it's just and it was just worse for it. Like as you said, the story was there. Like why set up that Yugiri used to be, it came from there if you're not going to use it later on? So like they had the setup, but there was no payoff. That's like just a lot of Stormblood in general. But yeah, this custom side delivery just reminds me of that, and it feels, what it feels like is that this is their like band-aid solution, because I just checked, this custom delivery came out in 4.3, so it came out a little bit earlier, but it was still post-patch, still very much so like deep into post-patch content, where the writers are like,
hold on,
we didn't really have any kind of follow-up on this sort of thing. We should probably do something about it. We should probably like continue the story in at least a little way, and their way to do it is with the custom deliveries. But like it feels like a big missed opportunity, right? Like it feels like there could have been so much more here instead of just custom delivery. It's nice that they're doing something with it, but like this is like the bare minimum that they could have done.
but hold on, you said that this was released in 4.3.
Yeah. So this is pre-Heian, the Heian thing. Yeah, yeah. Because I was 4.4.
I was gonna say, and then we have the 4.4 where
Yep.
Suina Sato is like, yeah, we
Yep,
heard
yep,
that we don't care.
Yep. Storytelling.
Why would you release that before? Because if it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
after, I was like, oh, they're just
Yeah.
kind of like trying to salvage it. But if it was
Yeah.
before that you introduced that
Yeah.
idea, so you assume that people have done this quest.
Look, Kurt, do you think the people that wrote 4.4 like played 4.3? Do you think they do you think they know what happened to the custom delivery of 4.3 content? They didn't know that. What do you expect them to play their own game, Kuro?
Oh, no.
Expect the internal teams to communicate with each other and let them know that there's been certain progression from
That
certain
makes
like
it worse.
It does, yeah.
That makes
does.
them like more.
Yeah. Yep.
Not egoist. Yes, it is egoistic in a way. Where like they were sent them after being helped. They are sent a missive. They're like, no, yeah, we don't want to pay you back. No, we just don't.
Yep.
God damn it! Like that should have been after. If it was like first you get a response that they don't want to, and then you have this quest line where you're like, oh, they're still like don't trust outsiders, but we're trying to change that. That would make sense.
Yep. They didn't do that.
Shaking my head.
Do you think these people know how to tell a story, Kuro? Like,
Because you told me which patch it was, that actually makes it worse.
It does, yeah, it does. It does.
It
It does. No,
worse.
it does make it worse. You're not wrong. It does. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Let's get out of here. Alessay, speak to me.
Oh god.
Alessay is at a wit's end.
Jeez.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring. Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Elfino's still missing. Gods, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
I don't know who that is. Oh, yeah, there you go. She's back from Eureka.
Kryle, I thought you were busy delving into the mysteries of Eureka.
Ah.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Kryle. We would welcome your insight.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
Is that the time?
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
that particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
I was gonna say, why are we mocking him if we know that he was saying that in earnest? Like, what? What is happening?
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault. But I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone. A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
I thought we... Why would we mock him about it?
Look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me. All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
We already knew that.
Yes. The Elder Seed Seer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes? If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
I mean, I was... if you remember, my suggestion was to go to Matoya to begin with anyway, even without crowd, just to see if she knew what the hell was going on. Right? Because she's like the most knowledgeable person out there. Right?
Okay, okay. One thing. Now, before we talk about it, before we talk about any of this, hold on. I want to say one thing. There was a moment when I bursted out laughing. I swear I couldn't hold it. I just burst out laughing. Can you guess what moment that is?
Oh. No. When?
When both Kyle and Alice are mocking Alphino, and then it pans over to us, and I'm just concerned.
Yeah.
I love that. No, I love that because that would be my reaction. Because again, I said it before. If they keep mocking Alphino, I'm gonna punch them. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. It was.
Alphino's defender.
I think what was weird about that was that they were mocking him, and then right after, Kyle was like, "No, yeah, but you know what? He was very serious about everything that he said, and like he actually like was very sincere. He's sincere about that, and that
like,
tracks with like how
he
with like how he behaves and everything. So she clarifies that. And then after that, she's like, "Oh, but you know, don't let him know that you know about his speech." When she like turns to you, it's like, "What?" It's like
he said that to me before. I'm pretty sure. Like,
it's just a weird thing to laugh about him about, right?
Yes.
That's the weird thing about it. It's a weird thing to like make fun of him, especially because again, right after, like they're very, or at least Kryl is self-aware that like, no, she knows that he's like been like that's he's sincere in that.
It's what he's been doing.
Yeah. So then why was she laughing?
Yeah, like it's not funny.
Yeah.
Like if he said something else, then sure. But like what they said, there was nothing funny about it.
Yeah. That's what was weird. It was weird. It was
like
just.
it might have. it might have been funny back then because maybe like people thought that he's not serious or that he's just not capable of that. But he has proved that he is.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's not funny.
Yeah, it's weird. It was weird. It was they just really like making fun of Alfie. They when I say they, I mean the writers. Like, I don't know why, but the writers, they just want to. Yeah.
The problem is there are ways of making fun of him that aren't mocking him for nothing.
Yeah.
Like there are ways to make because they do this because they want to show that they know each other from before, that they they want to add that more lighthearted element, but like then find something that's actually like could be funny, like some actually funny story instead of something that doesn't have any joke in it. We did say that before. It was a very weird thing to mention, but I actually did like the detail for like character reasons. Where Kyle mentioned that Alfino used to like draw girls at school.
Yeah.
Like just draw his like classmates and stuff. That was his thing. And like see that detail, like it was a weird thing to mention at the moment, but it's a cool detail because that like he has the skill to do so. So like in that sense, it's cool that like you get to learn something about what they are like, what kind of skills they have that they may not necessarily like show right now. So like that in that sense that was cool, but this was like so random.
Yeah. It was weird. It's weird. But apparently Kyle is back. And also, I like how Kai was like, oh yeah, he often has the silly ideas. Oh, did he just go into enemy territory? Haha. I'm like, I was there and I was trying to stop him, and the game gave me 0 options. It was yes and yes, and I will never forgive. God. But yeah, so Kryla's back.
Anyway.
They acknowledge that she's meant to be in Eureka, but like they're like, oh, no,
which is funny.
I feel like what's weird. There's a couple of things that are weird about what's happening here. First things first, I think I mentioned it even in the previous stream that I feel like the first person that you would go to right now would be Matoya because she's like the most knowledgeable out of anyone. So it doesn't make any sense that wasn't the first thing that happens like right afterwards. So it's weird that Alice wasn't already on that. It is also weird that she didn't contact Kryle either. But because if you remember, I thought that they referenced Kryle in the last quest line.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But I told you that she said I assume, which means they didn't know.
No, but like
you
think that would prompt them to reach out. But here you get the insinuation that no one reached out. A crowd came here of her own accord, and you also get the impression that Alice said it herself, where she's like, "Oh, I didn't want to bother you because you were doing other things." It's like what? It's
it's kind of important.
It's like what else is more important than everyone being in a coma? Like what are you talking about? Like it's just. Yeah. So the reason why I bring this up and the issue with this is that it takes away from Alice. It takes away from her kind of like leadership or like kind of like grace under pressure sort of thing, where like once again there should have been a bunch of moments this expansion, and this is another one where she's kind of left to take charge or left in a more prominent role where she can start making decisions for herself and start like stepping up a little bit. And this obviously is that because she's the only one left, but once again like they failed to do that here, where it would have made sense if like okay, like we have a nice like emotional scene with her meeting with Gabu, and kind of having that moment of reflection, and then right after that, bam, like serious mode. Okay, let's get this done. Right, let's go. Okay, like I'm gonna like leave Kryle like a link pearl message, and I'm gonna go see Matoya, and we're gonna figure out what the hell's going on, and we're gonna take action. Right, like this would be like her moment.
Wasn't that the entire point of that scene?
Yeah,
because we later had the moment where like she like breaks down. Basically, like she's about to cry pretty much, and we're like, no, like we got your back, like you're not alone in this, and then she's like, okay, yeah, let's get this done, and then she doesn't move on.
Yeah, and then cut to this, and she's not doing anything, and then
like,
people come to her.
I thought that was the point of that scene, like that was supposed to be the breakdown scene where like you can only go up from there, kind of thing. Yeah.
Once again, there is a small disconnect from quest to quest, right, where the quest ends in a certain way and then this quest begins in a different way that doesn't necessarily connect in the way that makes the most sense based on how the character ended, right?
By the way, I just want to mention that this is another reason why it would make more sense if the whole Gabu scene was in a room, like not in public.
Yeah.
Because then it would be like fine for her to be emotional because she's not like in public in front of people.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that would be a better scene because it could be more personal then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. Okay. Tadoshire.
Shire. But I was gonna say I don't remember was Alice there for Matoya? I don't remember.
I think she was.
Because that was Heavensward. So remember, I remember like Alice was like doing other things in Heavensward. So I don't remember if she was there when we were with Matoya.
I maybe, I don't know. I can't recall.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like she might have not thought of Matoya, like, but Kryl, yes.
Yeah. I think I don't think she was there, maybe. Just because I don't think she was there when Matoya was mocking Alphinaud for looking like his sister. Do you remember that? Remember, like she was.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. I forgot that.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest joke.
But I don't think that Alistair was there for that.
Yeah, but that's what I
otherwise
mean.
she
That like
would've
she
commented.
doesn't personally know Matoya, so she wouldn't contact her.
No, but she would still, like, again, like if you're having a powerful moment where she's taking charge, then she would know of Matoya, and then she would say that we should go and get in contact, and then she didn't trust us to do so if she doesn't know her personally. Like that,
Sure.
just because she never met her personally doesn't mean that she couldn't organize or couldn't start kind of directing the narrative in that direction. So yeah, I would say that wouldn't stop her. That shouldn't stop her.
But yes, Kryl particularly, she definitely should. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
even Kryl even brings it up that she's her mentor.
Yeah.
She's supposed to look up to her. Also, can I say something? And you can tell me if I'm wrong. Do Alice and Kryl sound the same? Or is it just my ears?
No, they sound similar, but there is a difference.
Like, there is a very slight difference. The point where Kryl was walking in, I could not tell whose voice that was.
Nah, I couldn't tell
I
whose
had
voice that
no
was.
idea.
Okay, I couldn't tell. Hey, crap.
Please do keep Alphinaud's little speech to yourself. It can be awfully sensitive at times.
So,
Yeah, I'm not gonna mock him, unlike you people. I'd heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us.
yeah, so she didn't meet her. She's got her pretty doggies.
True.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems.
We got some big problems though.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders. Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
Stola is one of the afflicted, is she? Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
I would assume that she would have some insights on what's going on, maybe? Maybe. Instead of just looking for her.
Right. Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe, and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
Does it follow that?
But where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort.
Why are we not
have to
just...
keep looking.
Why are we not assuming, you know, that again they were taken to a different plane? That'd make the most sense, right? Question mark?
Pray, excuse me a moment.
Just getting a text.
Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lee's. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them. I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
We'll see how the story pans out.
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Why, hello there.
And
What do you think? Oh, hello. There's a guy here.
yeah. Never mind. He's
Oh,
going
never mind.
the middle space. I think this is really messy. I think if you remember, I wonder if they got feedback. So if you remember, the issue that I had in the previous patch, and the previous section of the story was that we were in the whole crux of the story was
jumping around.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were trying to like find like Alfino, right, because he was missing, and then there was everything that was happening with Xenos, and then suddenly, bam, we hard cut to if you recall, I called it like a side quest, like filler, where it's like, oh, suddenly everyone is like passing out, and the purpose of that is to make, let's say, the focus of the story. Like that is the purpose of what is happening here. And my criticism is that it feels very unnatural. It feels very what's the word I'm looking for? It feels very, what's another word for unnatural? No, what's another word for unnatural? Like synthetic? Like it feels, it doesn't feel like it connects well with what's happening. Like it feels like you're forcing like this kind of situation just to prop up a character, and it just what it feels like, just like we've experienced the entire expansion, is that we don't know what to do with these characters. We'll put them in the infirmary, that sort of thing, right? But obviously there are more implications here. So now we're delving into that, and then bam, let's forget about this for now. Let's go back to what's happening with Alfino, right? Like we're just
That's what I mean. Like
around.
it's like, oh, Alfino, no, we don't care about Alfino anymore. Oh, no, we don't care. Oh, Alfino, like we keep jumping from topic to topic instead of like following one thread.
Yeah, and because we're jumping away, we just did the whole, everyone just got into a coma. It's like, oh no, we're focused on this, and now we're moving away from that. It might be because of feedback. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of criticism arrived last expansion when it ended, where it's like, why are we jumping to this when we haven't like resolved what's happening with Alfino? Like what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
So now that feels like they're jumping back.
I mean, we talked about this. It felt like Alfino was important enough that like we wouldn't just drop the sage.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have dropped it to begin with, is the issue. And
Yeah,
now
that's what I mean. Like at first we shouldn't have done it, but like now there's another thing that's happening right now, and we're like, no, we're gonna drop this too and go back to like.
Yeah,
it's just so messy.
That's what I mean, and this goes to my big criticism for Stormblood, the entirety of Stormblood, is it feels like it wasn't planned properly. It feels like the writers don't know what the hell they're doing. It's like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we gotta they don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's just like in too many directions at once.
Yeah, and because we're now jumping back, and because we saw the cutscene of the trailer as well, I'm curious if this is just gonna go on the back burner until the next expansion. I'm curious if they stay in the coma until Shadowbringers, and then Shadowbringers...
It would make sense, actually.
Yeah, and Shadowbringers is all about traveling to that other plane. My assumption is that they were taken to like another plane of existence, not the world of darkness, but like another place like that, and that's where the experience is going to take place, in another plane of existence, right? Because I was trying to think like, what region can we go to next? It's got to be like the Guardian. Like we haven't really set up another region to go to, but we have set up is the idea that there's another like plane of existence that we can go to. Yeah, like that we have set up, and it would make sense if that's where we're going, I suppose. And and maybe that's where the Ashians are, right? Like maybe that's where all of that is, like where they're hiding out as well, in their own little plane of existence and stuff like that. So that's the vibe that I'm getting right now. And if that happens, then I would imagine the reason why it feels so messy and so disjointed is because of what the thing that I floated earlier is the idea that they had maybe planned on having the Ashians be the big bad in Shadowbringers, but they didn't set up like the breadcrumb for that sort of thing. So then they told the current team that's working on the patches, like, hey, you need to insert the Ashians right now because they're going to be a big part of the next expansion, and we forgot to tell you that you should be like setting that up pre-patch and pre-expansion, so you're going to do that now. Also, like these characters, we're going to need you to put them into comas because we're taking them, and we didn't set that up either, so you need to set that up now, and because we're going to follow that concept coming into Shadowbringers as well. So like, fuck, okay, so they put them in the coma, they reveal the Ashians, and they just do all that quickly in 4.4.
Hold up, but you say all that, but like I feel like even if that was the case, I still feel like there's a better way to do it, where we are, you know, in the process of looking for Alphino, and that's when the events happen, and that's why Alice freaks out, because she's trying to do one thing, but like everything else is falling on her head, and she just cannot handle all of it at once. And like put it into that story instead of jumping between the stories. Yeah,
I agree. Like a cleaner way to do it is that we're in the process of looking for Alphino. We're looking for him. We maybe find something about it. We're going and we're doing that, and then mid mission, that's when people start getting hit with with whatever the hell's happening, and they start getting put into comas. But because we're mid mission, because we're looking for Alphino, we make the decision. We don't know what's happening here. We're gonna send them back, like as in we're gonna send back the bodies and all that stuff. But we got to keep going, and we make the decision. Alice makes the decision to keep focusing on what's happening with Alphino.
I think it's fine if Alice doesn't make the decision. Like you can still like, end up like this, where like it's Kryl who like hears about what's like we're like. Let's say we have like some kind of either it's back in Doma or like wherever we are, we have some kind of camp. We have all these people, and like Alice is like reporting back that like things are just going insane, and like she doesn't know what to do. And that's when like Kryl steps in. It's like I'm gonna sort this out, and you focus on Alphino. Like you find your brother.
And we can touch base back with Kryl at the end of the patch, right? Like at the once everything with Alphino gets figured out, then we catch back up with her, and then we have this scene with her, and maybe with like she explains that she went to Matoya, or maybe she's with Matoya, and then they explain what's been happening, and then we can focus on that, and we can keep like the momentum focus on Alphino first. Instead of here where we like start and stop and start and stop again.
Like because here like you had like, oh, we search for Alphino, but actually when we're not gonna find him, we go back home, we go to like a meeting, like we did several things between those two events, which I think felt unnecessary. Not unnecessary, they felt it felt
feels
like
frustrating.
We wouldn't do that.
It feels
but
frustrating. Like
frustrating is our feeling, but like what I mean is like if it was this, if something was this important to us, we wouldn't just drop it and do something else. Because the whole like disconnected bodies thing didn't appear until after the meeting. So like we were already actively doing other things instead of the thing that we're supposed to focus on.
Again, it takes away momentum from like the story that's being told, but as you said, it also doesn't make any sense for the characters to do that. It just feels very jarring. It feels very it's very immersion breaking. Because what you're doing doesn't make any sense. Like you feel this disconnect with the story and with what the characters are doing.
And again, I think it unironically would be a better story if as we said, we're actively searching for Alphino, and that's when this thing started happening. Because then Alice unironically could just freak out because she's just losing it. Like everything is going wrong, you know?
But the problem is because there's all these like lull periods in between, like you don't get that. You don't get that feeling. You don't get that.
There's the tension isn't there.
Yeah, exactly. There is no tension. When there should be. Like it's again, it's very like it's a very empty feeling. Like it's just But yeah, that's based on what's happening here and based on my understanding, my interpretation of what's happening behind the scenes. I would imagine that we're not going to get closure on the coma people until like I imagine it's going to be a plot point going into Shadowbringers. Like I would imagine.
That's fine. It's just I wish they arrived there in a better way.
Again, like sorry. I should say that the reason why it feels like it's arriving in a really poor manner is because I don't think the writers knew that this is what they had to do until the patch hit, like until they're working on the patch itself. Like there was no setup because they didn't know they needed to be set up. Like again, like it in my understanding, it feels like they were kind of just told to do this almost like out of nowhere from the other team, right?
You're saying that, but no. I just say because like they could, I don't think they could, like this like snuck up on them because we already did the whole dropping the surge with Alfino. Like
no,
that was a
part,
decision
yeah.
they made.
No, yeah, that I'm not talking
So
about that part.
we were already at that place.
Yeah, they were already doing bad writing, yes.
So like it's not because suddenly they have to put this in. No, like they already like did that in a patch before, and then we got to this.
Mm-hmm.
So like that part of the jumping wasn't because of the change in.
No, yeah, that's specifically referring to the Heian section, right? Like where we suddenly stop everything and then we suddenly start helping Heian like connect all these other like alliance members. Like that again, like that felt like almost like filler. That felt like let's stop progressing the main story and suddenly let's divert to this randomly.
Yeah, it did actually. You know what? It did feel like filler because we didn't really do much there. Like, we were just walking around and talking to people, but like it wasn't even us talking. It was just people talking. And we were like following.
Mm-hmm. The way that you would
the
do
only
it.
thing we did was we fought your favorite Azim stepgirl. That's the only thing we did actively.
What you would do here and how you'd piece it all together is if you really wanted to tell that story, is that would have been immediately like 4.1. Like as soon as like 4.0 finishes, that we go into that, and then we go into like the whole like Alfino missing storyline. But like we would do this first. Like that would make the most sense.
No,
like
see what you do, as you said, like to put it in that, because we only started looking for him because he never reached the capital. That's why we started looking. So this is where you have us like do all of this like diplomacy thing beforehand, and that's when we get the news that he never reached the destination, and that's when we started searching for him. Yeah,
but like that's why like I feel like it's just poor planning, because he went missing first, and then we did this stuff, and. Like they did it in the wrong order, right? Like as you said, like it's just yeah. And I'm pretty sure there were different patches as well. Like I think that was like 4.1 and then 4.2, like sort of thing, or 4.2 and 4.3.
But that's the problem. Like you're it's like you're telling a story and you're telling us these characters are very like affected by a certain event, but that they just go and do something else, so they're not affected by that event, you know, and that happens several times.
Yeah, but it's because they're getting each other's way, like the writers. I mean, like
yeah,
because
but that's
because
like
obviously they want the characters to be affected, and they want it to be tense, and they want this to have meaning, but like they keep like diverting the story in different ways.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Why?
So my answer as to why is because they're being told to do so by like the other team. That's the rationale in my mind, is that's why it's so jarring, is because they're being told to do certain things and they have to divert, or they could just be bad writers. That's the other, like that's the thing when it comes to like a lot of like people trying to like rationalize this, is that like my reasoning is that there's like another like third party influencing factor that forces them to
like
make bad decisions.
Factor.
Yeah, like an outside factor that forces them to make bad decisions. Not that they're just bad writers from the beginning. Like that's the other option. Like if like this is why I think maybe Kato or Soko said this before, where it's like, oh no, I think they wanted this from before. It's like, if that's true though, then that just means they're bad writers, right? Like,
Because if they wanted that to originate, then they would either put it together, like
Yeah.
as we said, like in a way that makes more sense
Exactly.
for what is happening, rather than jumping from topic to topic constantly.
Exactly. My assumption is that they're not bad writers, but they're being forced to make these like bad story making decisions because of an external factor, because of another team. Is my assumption, is because of another writing team that's working on Shadowbringers, forcing them to kind of like make some certain story decisions. Not that they just are bad storytellers from the beginning, right? Which would be the opposite, which would be the other side of things. Like if you believe that they had planned for the Ashians, for example, to be ruling the Godlian Empire from, you know, much earlier on, then what you're saying is that they're just bad writers because they poorly set up. They failed to set up that transition and that revelation and that setup. Yeah, exactly. So my assumption is that no, they're good writers. It's just they were forced to make this decision instead of originally planning this.
I mean, forced or just the team is disorganized and like they're not communicating on what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Well, that's another way of putting it for sure. Is a lack of communication between the Shadowbringers team and the Stormblood team. Like that's sure, yeah.
I mean, not even this, but like the team straight up, the writers writing on Stormblood alone.
Yeah, from patch to patch.
As we said, like there are like different threads that are just not connecting properly.
Yeah.
So I could see like that they're just being written by different people and not properly like cooperated into one cohesive story.
Yeah. Like there's like a foundational issue with the writing in Stormblood.
Because like if you took like a single thread of that, like that may be actually a good story. It's just that it's not connected to the rest as it should be.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, Kyle.
I'm sorry I couldn't do more. I've never seen a soul thread end so abruptly before.
Why are we not all making the assumption that just means that they were teleported to another plane of existence? Like that just right? Like I think like we should all just be thinking that at this point, like with our experiences. We crazy? Are we crazy? Am I crazy, Koopa?
I mean, yeah, I can.
That we wouldn't just think that, right?
I guess.
Shouldn't that where our mind just go immediately because we've been to the world of darkness, right? Like remember the twins? Remember like Crystal Tower? Remember all that? No?
Yeah, but does it sever your soul?
No, but like I'm talking about if we're looking for them, we don't know where to find them. Wouldn't that be where we think we would find them, right? Like if we're like, they just disappeared, we don't know where they are. It's like, well, I mean, where else could they be? What are you talking about right now? And if they're not dead, like that's. I mean,
that's kind of what we were trying. That's kind of what we were trying to find out. Where they were like, oh, did like the ether dissipate? But they're like, oh, maybe not. Like they don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like that should be where their mind is heading. You know. It's not, but it should be, I would say. Tamed?
I mean, she did say Ishtar was a stray.
What a way of putting it.
So that was the woman who tamed Ishtar. I had the distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff on the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino is back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. Oh, okay.
Does Kyle have anything else to say? Nope. Let's say. The news from Alamigo has left Alice in a state of nervous excitement. Excuse me?
Okay.
It's like there's a
I
party.
almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? Liz would have said. Unless... There's no point in speculating. Liz says she's notified the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate in the Alamigan quarter. I'll be praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphino's plight, and leave the search of our friends for lost souls to me.
See, that line there would have been the line that would be had when we're in the middle of the Alphino search. That line right there, where she's like, "Hey, you focus on Alphino and what's going on. You leave everything else to me." Right? That's the exact line that you would have back there as well.
I would say yes, but no. As in, yes, that's the sentiment, but I would make it way more dramatic.
Yeah, sure.
Again, I told you, I want the scene where they're like at the camp or like in the Doma castle, whichever they are at, and Alice is losing her shit, like just unironically screaming, and that's when Clara steps in. It's like, focus on one thing, okay?
Yeah.
I handle the rest. You focus on one thing. It's just like bring her back to her senses.
That's what I mean. Like the pieces are there. It's just all over. It's just poorly done. But the pieces are there. Like that's like the sentiment that we needed. Like again. Earlier in a more well like constructed narrative.
Yeah, like it's all there. It's just like it's like you have all the puzzle pieces, but you just like drop them in a pile instead of putting a picture together.
Yep. Okay. Well, with that, I think we're done for today.
Are we gonna teleport to Alamigo at least? No, there's no.
Nah. But you know, we were able to do a quest and make some progress in some way.
We did.
And hopefully we'll have some more time to finish up the story next time. I think the next time we play Final Fantasy, we should be just having a Eureka stream. I think that's the plan currently at the moment.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, just focusing on Eureka. And we'll only have one stream next week, but hopefully the week after that we can go back to 2 streams and we can hopefully finish up the storyline. From my understanding, I believe that this quest is meant to be relatively short. Like this quest line is meant to be relatively short, so we can wrap this up, and then that means we can focus on Eureka and then focus on Hildebrand, because I believe that's all that's left. Just Eureka and Hildebrand. And the MSQ, of course. But like, listen, we've done everything else. Like we've done all the trials and everything, you know.
Yeah, we done the auspices, we done Omega.
We collect all the mounts. We have the demon fox.
We collect all the mounts, yeah.
The demon fox you like so much. With like the Joker smile, the Joker mouth.
The Joker smile is what gets me. I'm gonna have nightmares.
But yeah, it's a bit of a shorter stream today. There are things happening IRL and I just don't have the most amount of time at the moment, but we made some progress, and most likely off stream we'll be doing like roulettes or something. We'll do our weekly content. But
oh no, the sun is running away. I was gonna stand in the light. Oh well.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with some Kung Fu Cup. That'll be our next stream tomorrow, and then the Pond Castle on Thursday.
DUCKLINGS.
Yes.
And make sure to join us on Discord in case you want to see what we're up to in Final Fantasy, or maybe join us for some random playing things. Yeah,
we just finished uploading our review of the Ahsoka, the Star Wars Ahsoka show, which was awful. And if you think we have certain criticisms about Final Fantasy, you ain't heard nothing yet about the Ahsoka show.
Okay, just to put into perspective, Ahsoka episode is like 40-50 minutes, and we had a 3-hour discussion about the finale. We did. 3 hours.
I mean, to be fair, we also talked about the season as a whole and the show as a whole.
True.
But yes, we were very in depth with that.
But I also want to say that we just started publishing the next show that we watch, which is The Bad Batch, which we actually like.
Yes, we actually have a lot more positive things to say about The Bad Batch, especially episode 3, especially.
Yeah, I mean, episode 3 is not released yet, but as in like our review.
Yeah.
But yes, episode 3 was really good. Like
it's cinema.
Probably the best episode.
Peak cinema.
Like,
crazy. Yeah. I said it then. I say it now. I'm afraid we peaked too early. I'm still afraid we peaked too early with that one, but yeah, look forward to it. I mean, you said the writer had another episode there down the line, so I'm waiting for it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But otherwise, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Again, you can follow us. You can join our Discord server to discuss, to play some Final Fantasy, to get through the expansion. And again, Stormblood has a bunch of issues. Apparently, Shadowbringers is meant to be much better written and much more cohesive. I hope it's more coherent. Yeah. And you know what? I hope that there's some value there, and I hope that I hope that that there's some truth to that. I'd say. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.